I've been wanting to do this for a while. I don't know why it took so long, but here we are. Let's make a very easy pizza dough. If you have a stand mixer, I highly recommend that you use it. So the first thing that you do is add the flour to the stand mixing bowl. Then stir the sugar into the lukewarm water. The water should be warm enough that you can stick your finger in there and not wince for pain. One way to test if the water is at a suitable temperature is to drizzle some of it on your wrist. If it feels so warm that it causes you discomfort, then it's too hot. But if it feels nice and, if it feels okay, it does not burn and it's not cold, then it's good to use. So add the water, instant yeast, and some olive oil to your flour and knead that for about 10 minutes or until it is shiny, smooth, quite elastic, and is not as sticky as it was when you started. Remember to add the salt once the flour and wet ingredients have been incorporated. In case you're not using a stand mixer, it will be best for you to let the dough rest for about 15 minutes before you start the actual kneading. So what you would do is mix the wet and dry ingredients until it forms a lumpy dough and then let it rest before you knead for 15 minutes or until your dough passes the window pane test, which is what we're about to do right now. So what is the window pane test? This is just a simple test of stretching the dough as far as it can go to form what looks like a thin, translucent membrane, if you could call it that. And you want to see if the dough is stretchy enough, has formed enough gluten, which is what you want. Once you're sure your dough has passed the window pane test and you would like to use it in the same day, just put it in a lightly oiled bowl and let it proof for at least 4 hours or until it has doubled in volume. Then portion it into the number of pizzas you intend to make. Lay them on a lightly floured surface, preferably a wooden chopping board. Cover that with cling film and let them rise again for another maybe 1 hour or 1.5 hours, depending on how warm it is where you are. However, if you can, I would recommend that you make the dough at least 12 hours before the time when you need to use it. So after you've made the dough, put it in the lightly oiled bowl, cover it with cling film, and put it in the fridge immediately. The next morning, take it out, let it sit on the counter for about 30 minutes or so, and then portion it into, 2 or 3 portions of dough. And then you can lay them on a lightly floured wooden chopping board, cover that with cling film, and then cover with a kitchen cloth. Then let it double in size somewhere that is drought-free. What I do when it's cold is to switch on the oven light and put the dough inside the oven and let it rise until it's doubled in size. It will be slightly warmer in there. If you have heating on, then the environment is going to be quite warm. However, if you are in a warm country, then this is something you don't have to worry about. So what you're seeing now is my dough after 4 hours. And all we have to do is just knock it back and portion as we did with the dough that was put in the fridge overnight. Once your dough is portioned, you need to roll it into a tight ball. Or you could fold the dough into itself as I am doing now, whichever is easiest for you. And once that's done, we will place the dough balls on a lightly floured surface, cover them with cling film as I mentioned before, and then cover that with a kitchen cloth and let them proof again. When putting the dough balls on whichever surface it is that you're going to use, make sure to space them out a bit because as they proof, they will become bigger. And the last thing you want is them sticking to each other. And they're ready to use. I hope you come back again. so we can make some other simple, delicious recipes together. Sorry about my voice. I still recovering, so I hope to see you again soon. Bye.